Welcome. We're so glad you are here. I'm Laura Stevenson, and I'm the interim provost. Now, you may wonder, what does a provost do? And as interim provost, some days I also wonder, what does the provost do? You'll be learning a lot in the days and weeks to come how a university works. The provost is the person who oversees the academic side of the university. Academic programs, academic departments, classes, faculty, and the staff that supports them. There are other major parts of the university as well: student life, the finances, athletics, facilities, and so on. And the president, who you'll meet shortly, who oversees all of it. But academics is the reason we're all here. In thinking about talking to you today, I really wanted to give you the perfect advice that will carry you and guide you towards success. And I struggled with that. Yes, there's some universals you'll hear: show up for class, ask your professors for help, do your homework, take advantage of all the resources Washburn has to help you, get involved on campus. And then I sort of leak into Miss Frizzle mode of Magic Schoolhouse, and I want to say, take chances, make mistakes, get messy, and all that is good advice, and I fully endorse it. But you've each navigated a different path to get here, and you're going to have a different path to graduation. So instead of me offering you the guidance on how to be successful, I'd like you to take some moments here with me to think about what's important in guiding yourself. And I'm going to ask you to think about 3 questions. And keep in mind that your answers to these questions can change, so you can come back to these questions again and again. First question is, who's in your corner? You probably didn't get here by yourself. You probably had family who supported you, friends who supported you, teachers, coaches, other people who supported you. And I want you to take a minute and just take a moment and think about the people who supported you, who helped you get to college. You can picture them in your mind. You might want to text them to them and say thanks. Now that you're here at Washburn, you're going to add to that list. You're going to add faculty. They're sitting over here and over there. They're going to be part of your roster of people who are going to help you. You can add roommates, students in your classes, teammates, peer educators, tutors, RAs, counselors, advisors, Washburn staff people. Some of these people will become your lifelong friends, and you're going to have a full roster. It won't happen overnight, but it will be happening. You will be building a team, and we are here to support you. Every year, graduating seniors are asked to identify people who made a positive difference for them while they were at Washburn. And I'm always astounded by the wide scope of people who get listed. You don't do college by yourself. You need a team, and you need to build your team. The second question I ask you to think about is why. Why are you here? What's your mission? Now, Washburn has a mission, and the Washburn mission reads like this: Washburn University enriches the lives of students by providing opportunities for them to develop and to realize their intellectual, academic, and professional potential. What's your mission? What's your big picture? Maybe you have a career in mind. Maybe you don't. It may be to get a degree. We hope that's part of it. Maybe it's to provide a better future for your family. Maybe it's to help others. Maybe it's to figure out what you want from life. Maybe it's to answer scientific questions or pursue the arts. Maybe you're out to change the world in ways big or small. Maybe it's many of these things. The answer to this one can come quickly to you, or maybe not at all. But take a moment and think. And keep in mind your answer may very well change. But having the big picture, the purpose, the goal in mind will help direct you and keep you on the path when you're struggling. And there will be times when you struggle, but you can do this. and having the big picture helps. Final question to think about is how. Every day, you're going to have opportunities to build your team and support your mission. How are you going to do that? It doesn't have to be major things. Sometimes it can be little things, and sometimes those little things can feel like major things. It can be asking a question in class. Now, that may feel like a little thing, but for someone like me who is very shy, that was a very big thing. It could be striking up a conversation with another student in the hallway. It can be participating in campus activities, and there's tons of those: plays, talks, concerts, sports. It can be joining a campus organization, talking to professors during office hours, going to the tutoring center, forming a study group, hanging out in the library, doing your homework, talking with an advisor. Every day you can connect and build your team, and every day you can work towards your purpose, your mission. Who, why, how? Who's on your team? Why are you here? How are you going to build your team and support your mission? Those are the questions I hope you'll try to answer. Convocation today is in Lee Arena for a reason. In 4 years, we want to see you back here as we celebrate your graduation from college. You belong here. You can succeed here. I know I'm supposed to say go Bods at this point, but instead I'm going to say go you. Now, I'm happy to introduce your Washburn Student Body President, Antonio Martinez. Antonio Martinez is a junior from Excelsior Springs, Missouri, pursuing a Bachelor of Health Science in Public Health. He is involved in We Are first-year experience peer educator, student ambassador, WSGA, and United Way of Kaw Valley Community Navigator Coordinator. Please help me welcome Antonio.
Well, hello, fellow Ichabods. My name is Antonio Martinez, and I have the privilege of serving as your student body president for this upcoming academic year. I would like to take the time to welcome you to Washburn University on behalf of the Washburn Student Government Association. It was only a few years ago that I was listening to the student body president at my convocation. I started at Washburn as an anxious first-year student, perhaps not even knowing what I got myself into. Even with the support system of my older sister who graduated from Washburn, I quickly learned that her experience was not my experience. It was my time to find out who I wanted to be. I was challenged to understand that even though my sister graduated from college, that I was still and am a first-generation college student. At Washburn, a first-generation college student is defined as somebody whose parent or legal guardian does not have a bachelor's degree. This meant I faced similar struggles to any other first-generation college student. I had to learn to ask for help, realize that passions can change, and acknowledge even leaders, like a student body president, don't always have it put together. Growing up as a child of a Hispanic immigrant, I often watched my father struggle to ask for help. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Asking for help is not a strength of mine. During my first semester of college, I struggled to complete assignments because I didn't know where to find my books right away. Frankly, I wasn't sure where to find them, how to buy them, or even honestly, if you needed them. What a wake-up call I got. As I continued to learn to ask for help, I also learned that passions can and will change. This was not an easy lesson, nor a lesson I was looking for. Last year, I was passionate about a student government position that I wanted, but unfortunately, I did not get it. It was a hard moment to get over, and yet another door opened. I started working at a local nonprofit, where I found a passion in something I didn't realize I was excited about. This new passion helped me realize it was time to change majors. When I took the leap to change my major, it was a difficult decision. Like many of you, when I changed my major, it was more than choosing something from a list. Me changing majors was the first step to finding my passion and feeling confident and happy with who I wanted to be. On top of my recent decision to change majors, I learned that leaders, even on a college campus, may look like they always have it put together, but don't. This last summer, I was taking summer classes and learned a little too late that summer financial aid is really important. Luckily, due to my incredible support system back home, I was able to cover my bill and get enrolled. This moment was a wake-up call because I thought as a student body president, I needed to have all the answers. But no student body president, student, or leader does, and that's okay. College is an incredible adventure, but it isn't perfect. There will be bumps in the road and detours along the way. Furthermore, I struggle with being in college as a first-generation college student and being a Mexican American. However, I noticed that there are strengths to any challenge. I'm beyond grateful for the opportunity to not only be in college, but to serve as your student body president, where I bring a different perspective that you might not be aware of. As you continue your academic journey, whether you identify as a first-generation college student or not, I hope you take 3 lessons from our time together today. First, ask for help, often and early on. It will ensure a smoother path back here to graduation. Second, it's okay that your passions change, whether that's changing a major, changing what you're involved in on campus, or finding a new passion. We are all meant to grow during our time here. Third, give yourself a break. From time to time, you need it. You don't always have to have it put together. A nap is a nice addition to any day when you're in college. Someone once told me college is like a buffet. There are endless choices, a few surprises, and if you're lucky, you'll get some dessert. So go ahead and enjoy the feast of opportunity before you at Washburn University. Let's all have a great feast of opportunity this academic year, and thank you for your time. And I'm going to say it, go Bods! This year, I'm excited because it's Dr. Mazurczyk's first convocation at Washburn as president. She has been a leader for more than 30 years in various roles at Washburn. Beginning as an accounting professor in the School of Business, Dr. Mazurczyk began as Washburn's 15th president in February of this year. While she earned a degree elsewhere, she considers herself an Ichabod at heart. Please help me welcome President Mazurczyk.
Hello, everyone. It is so good to see you. And this is a day of celebration. We are here to welcome you to our campus, and we love doing this. And we do love this area because this is where we celebrate graduation. And so it seems so appropriate that we're kicking off our saying and welcoming you here today. But I'd like you to join me, first of all. Can you help us thank the band and the Dancing Blues for their work today? Thank you. You always make it so festive. And so I'm going to say some of the same things that you've already heard. And what that should say to you is that they're really important. So I'm going to tell you a few stories too. But I always start off with, and you probably have seen that on some of our commercials, it is a great day to be an Ichabod. And today is that. So welcome to the Washburn family. We're excited you're here. For months, our faculty and staff have been working hard to prepare for your arrival and to make sure this becomes your new home away from home. We say it all the time. You belong at Washburn, but we sincerely believe it. You will make relationships in the next 4 years that will last a lifetime. You will connect with other students, faculty, and staff, your advisor, your coach, and other people. These people can and will become very special to you, and you will become and feel very special to us. Washburn is known for its long-standing and steadfast commitment to students and student success. We know relationships are at the core of our and your success. It is why I first came to Washburn and why this is the place I am, and many of us here today are devoting our careers. You will find that Washburn faculty and staff want you to have the knowledge and skills when you graduate so you can hit the ground running in your chosen field. Our graduates are well known for their ability to contribute from the moment they begin working. A top priority for us is making sure you have the knowledge to take the next step in achieving your goals and dreams. This is year one for most of you, and as Antonio said, this is also my first year as Washburn's president. I want to tell you, we have amazing plans moving forward. Some of you may know about, some of you will learn about eventually. As we continue to create a premier campus learning experience for you. We have new facilities, we have new experiences, new ways of doing things. You are in on the ground floor, and you're going to see some of those changes over these next few years. You will get to be a part of this amazing vision during your studies at Washburn, and we are excited about that. Already you're making history. I can't go by the whole time without saying something about the heat. Have you all enjoyed the first week in the heat? No. Oh, we haven't either. But you're already making history. Your first week among the hottest on record. So we're looking forward to what you're going to do in the future to break some other records. So I want to spend a few minutes now talking about your future, just as all of us are. But if you will indulge me, I decided today that I'd like to reflect back on when I started my college career. It is amazing to me how vivid my memories are around the time that I started college. I remember moving into my dorm room. Yep, that's what we called it then. Into my dorm room. I was so excited, but I was also scared because it was something that was brand new, and I had a lot of anticipation about what the future could be. I remember thinking too, at that time where I went to school, we were not allowed to have a car if you were a freshman. And that was really hard for me because I realized that I had no way to get out of my college. But I was a first-generation student like many of you. It was a dream for my mom and my dad to have their daughter go to college. And I am so grateful for their commitment to make that happen. It was quite a sacrifice. But not only was it my dream, but my siblings also, and who were living this dream along with me. I remember looking out the window as they left and watching them head back home and realizing I was starting something really important and something new. I remember sitting in a room just like this with my fellow classmates. I went to a school about the size of Washburn, and thinking it's just the beginning of my journey. And how I will make it my goal. How will I make it to my goal? How will I make it to graduation? Because that's what I wanted the most. And this is the perfect way to talk with all of you about what I wish someone had told me when I was sitting in your seat during my first week of school. Not just the things you already know, like show up for class, get your sleep. I can't overestimate that. Get your sleep. Do your homework. Make your bed. Eat healthy. All of those things. You know how to do that. So I'm going to talk about a few other things. So here goes. Point number one I'd like to share is keep an open mind. Your college experience is truly a discovery process. How many of you know what you want to major in? Raise your hand. That's a good number. It's about half. That's exactly right. And about half of you don't know what you want to major in. How many of you don't know what you want to major in? Now, if we were to ask around and we asked the faculty hold up their hands, how many of you knew what you wanted to major in, or did you end up graduating in your major when you were a freshman? Not too many. So see, that's normal. It's very normal. And why is that? Because what you're doing now is you're discovering who you are and what you think is important. I changed my major during my early years in college as I discovered topics and activities and projects that I enjoyed more than others. Courses and majors that introduced me to gifts and talents I did not even know I had. Material that sparked my curiosity and caused me to wake up during the night thinking about what I was learning. I wish that experience for you in your major. Be open to discovering some of those things about yourself along the way. And I know what some of you are thinking. Really, you can wake up and think about accounting. I really can. Yes, I can. You're going to have something that you can wake up and think about. Believe me, when I was sitting in your seats those years ago, I could not imagine where my passions, knowledge, skills, talents, and career would take me. If you were to ask most of us, our faculty and staff, we would likely tell you it's a discovery process. Be open to discovering your gifts and talents and dreaming about how you can use them to make a difference. Point number 2, we are here for you. Your professors, the staff at Washburn are here for you. We're here to assist you in being successful. We're here to help you in achieving your goals and dreams and ensuring that you have the knowledge you need to take the next step, whatever it is, when you graduate. Trust them, listen to them, work hard with them to learn as much as you can from our faculty and staff. Listen to what they might see in you that you do not even yet see in yourself. During my undergraduate study, working towards my bachelor's degree, I had the great fortune of 3 professors who truly opened my eyes to possible career paths. I could never have imagined until they shared their ideas and observations about me with me. I am forever grateful that they took the time to talk with me, and now that I look back, that I took the time to listen and to really think about what they told me. Because your first response might be, no, they're just telling me that. No, these people up here and our staff care so much about you. They're going to tell you things that help you see yourself maybe in expanded ways. You would be amazed how many times when I'm talking with successful alumni and you ask the question, how did you choose the path that you chose? They will say, I had a faculty member tell me that my gifts and knowledge can make a difference here, or maybe this career path would allow me to make a difference in ways that I didn't even know I could. My best example from Washburn is a woman who graduated with a math degree. She was planning to go into education, a career she would have been great at and is very important. But one of her professors, Dr. Shermone, who's no longer with us, pulled her into his office and said, I think you should consider working for this company called Southwestern Bell. Southwestern Bell is part of AT&T. And she had to really think about that because she'd always dreamed about being a teacher. But he said, you have outstanding technical skills and you're a great problem solver. They need people like you in their business. And he set up an interview for her. She went and interviewed, and she would tell you today that she would never have thought about that path on her own. She spent her entire career at Southwestern Bell, AT&T, all of those transitions. And she was the original architect of the AT&T wireless network. Cutting-edge technology she was responsible for. She and her work are recognized today in the Women in Technology International Hall of Fame, and she to this day is recognized as one of the most influential people in wireless technology in the world. All because a faculty member planted a seed that she might not have ever thought of on her own. So I encourage you, when your faculty or your staff are talking to you, they can see you differently than you might see yourself. Listen to them. Consider what they have to say. At least imagine what it would be like if you possibly did believe what they said and what they told you. I had a similar story, and it is why I stand before you today as a president of a university. I could never have imagined it on my own. I'm a first-generation student. My mom and dad grew up in retail, and I got emotional. Just a minute. And this is amazing. So please listen to these amazing faculty and staff. They see things in you that you are yet to discover. They see opportunities you may not even know exist, and they see all that is possible. They really can be your best partner. Point number 3, get involved. Meet people, do new things. We know this is one of the most important things you can do to enjoy your college experience and to grow personally. Making connections and enjoying new activities with new people can be invigorating, and it can ensure you create those friendships that help us do all the things we never thought we could accomplish together. We have over 100 student organizations. There are always things happening in our residence halls if you live on campus. Your major areas have get-togethers. There are speakers. There is more to do than you can imagine here. Please take advantage of it. Or do something that you truly love that isn't related to your major. When I was in school, I loved to sing. I'm probably not as good as you, Iris, but I loved to sing. I was involved in music my entire undergraduate life. I tell people it's what kept me sane. But find whatever that is for you and make it part of your life at Washburn. Your journey here is a discovery process. Washburn's faculty and staff are here to challenge you and support you to be your very best. We want you to be part of all that is happening here while you are here at Washburn. And we want you to be successful in achieving your goals and dreams. Now, a few moments ago, as you walked into the arena, you saw the smiling faces of faculty members. You will see these folks during the next 4 years. Now, maybe they won't always be smiling. Sometimes you all can be challenging. But that's up to you. That's up to you. But let's fast forward. For most of you, in 4 years, which is our hope that you'll do it in 4 years, but in 4 years, you'll be walking into this very building wearing your cap and gown, dressed like your faculty members, waving at family or friends, sitting exactly where you're sitting today as you prepare to graduate. You'll be sitting right down here on this floor, and you will walk across the graduation stage that will be right down there, and we will be celebrating you. So your journey begins and ends right here in Lee Arena. It's going to be a fun, exciting ride. And so finally, a few closing thoughts. I encourage you to ask questions. Have you heard that? Yeah, have you heard that? Did you guys walk away with that? I encourage you to ask for help. Encourage you to ask questions. Most of us, that's not our natural way of being. We want to be self-sufficient. But that's not why we're all here. We're all here for you to ask us how we can help you. We want you to learn. We want you to learn the hard stuff. And sometimes we have to help you, and that's what we're here for. So our Washburn team of faculty and staff are nationally recognized for their efforts with student success. For the people in this arena who are working with you and preparing you for what lies ahead, this is a mission. This is our calling. It's not just a job. We are here because we feel that this is our calling. We have programs and people in place who are ready to help. Maybe a subject doesn't make sense. Maybe you're going through some challenges in your personal life and need someone to listen. Or maybe you need study tips because you're struggling to keep up. You're not alone. We are here to help you. So 2028, that is not that far away. In closing, I leave you with some thoughts from my favorite children's books. So I want to tell you, for many years when I first started teaching, I read to my classes at the end of every session. This one of my very favorite books. And this will surprise, I don't think anybody knows this in this audience here. And I read Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go. Do you know that book? Do any of you know that book? Okay, I'm going to read you some of my favorite quotes from that book. And I sincerely hope it can inspire you on your journey. And you know, it's surprising, I gotta figure this all out. I know it's surprising that I still have alumni, I've been here a long time. I have alumni that still come to me and say, I remember the day you read that book to us in class. And so I'm not going to read you the whole thing because it takes about 10 minutes, but we're going to go through a few quotes. So the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who'll decide where to go. Onward up many a frightening creek, through your arms may get sore, and your sneakers may leak. Oh, the places you'll go. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true, that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Remember that life's a great balancing act. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. Take every chance, drop every fear, and when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along, you'll start happening too. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? You can get so confused that you'll start in to race down long wiggled roads and a breaknecking pace, and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place. So be sure, when you step with care and great tact. Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker upper to make up his mind. Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. Kid, you'll move mountains. This is your time. You are writing your story. I am so thrilled for every one of you as you begin your educational journey. I leave you with one of the most important thoughts of the day that Provost Stevenson started with, and that's our motto, non nobis solum, not for ourselves alone. Together, we will live our motto as Ichabods, striving to be the best version of ourselves while making a difference for those around us. That's how we thrive. And that's what we mean when we say, go Bods! Go Bods! Enjoy your Washburn journey. And now I would like to introduce Iris Gall to come forward and sing our national anthem. And Iris is a psychology and vocal performance major. Please stand if you can. Thank you. Can I say something?
Yes.
You all, I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry, it's not our national anthem. It's our alma mater. That's on the back. Yep, next time we'll sing a national anthem too. Okay, but I didn't want to kid. Yep, she could probably do that on the fly.
Hopefully.
Okay, go ahead. Just a moment.
A song of a prairie's wide, a song of a breezes strong, a song of a pride, the true and the tried of our college dear, a song. Washburn, Washburn, we love thee well. Ours is the joy, thy praise to swell. With voices free, we'll sing of thee, and ever thy praise we'll tell. Thank you.
Thank you, Iris.
Go ahead and grab your seats. I know you all were excited that this was it, but you got to put up with me for just 1 second. My name is Dr. Eric Grossbitch. I serve as the Vice President for Student Life here at Washburn, also a first-generation college student. I started college on a football scholarship where I practiced sports for a couple of years. Didn't play a whole lot, but I enjoyed that experience. So one of the things that we want to see you do here now, you're going to get a chance to meet with some faculty and some folks from your programs. But the big key for us today, you've heard a couple of things. One is to ask for help. Reach out, connect, whether it be with yourself, to others, your RAs, any of those things. Find some ways to get involved on campus and get engaged. In student life, we are going to care for you in lots of different ways. We've got free student health, free, got that part? Free. Counseling services, career services, all the other things that can help you find your pathway as it goes along. As Dr. Mazurek pointed out, we want you to get engaged, whether it be student activities, student involvement, leadership programs, fraternity sorority life, athletics, dancing blues music, our cheer team, make sure that you find a way to get involved, or as Antonio talked about, find that community service project that will make a big difference for yourself and for others. So as we go through this, my last piece is the joy of being last, is you get to read the room a little bit. You're all getting a little antsy. I'm going to guess the faculty members are as well. But we do want to thank you for being here. We want you to make sure that you find somebody on our campus that makes a difference for you. Connect with a faculty member. Connect with somebody in the dining services. Connect with a counselor. Find somebody that you can go to have those hard questions, have those hard conversations. My office is in Morgan 240, right off the main lobby. Stop in, say hello. Dr. Clounch is here somewhere. She would be there as well. But with that, I want to thank you, and I can end, of course, with the Go Bods. However, our students also like to say one other thing. So they like to say SCOBODs. So you'll hear Go Bods, you'll hear SCOBODs, you'll find lots of ways to get connected. But I hope that you will find that way. So we're going to leave. The faculty and I are all going to take off. You're going to stay for a class picture. So hang on tight, and we'll go from there. Carissa?
Go Bods! All right, my lovely faculty, if you are sitting on my left, I would love if you could exit out to the left. If you are sitting on my right, I would love if you would exit out to the right. Thank you so much for being here today. All right, my friends, we are going to take a class photo. So give us just a few minutes. We're going to grab a ladder and our photographer, and then we'll take it very quick, okay?